If you're over 60, today's video might completely change how you think about your health. Most people don't realize that some vegetables, yes, the ones often considered harmless, may silently impact your immune system, increase inflammation, and gradually weaken leg muscles, making you more prone to falls. That may sound surprising, but after more than 25 years of research and working with older adults, I've seen these patterns too often to ignore. In fact, major studies, like those published in the Journal of Gerontology, have identified clear links between certain vegetables and a noticeable decline in mobility, memory, and even vascular health. But this information rarely reaches the headlines. That's why many seniors keep eating these vegetables daily, unaware that they might be aggravating inflammation, damaging tiny blood vessels in the legs, and slowly impairing their walking. Eaterability over time. Here's the good news. This trend isn't irreversible. In today's video, I'll walk you through 3 vegetables that you should add to your diet because they help sharpen your mind, strengthen immunity, and support steady, pain-free legs. I'll also reveal 3 others that you might want to reconsider, especially if you've been feeling stiff, tired, or less balanced lately. And please stay with me until the end, because I'll also expose one commonly praised vegetable that might actually be sabotaging your leg health without you even realizing it. If you care about aging well, physically and mentally, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for more science-based insights. I'd also love to know. Type 1 in the comments if you're ready to learn something new today, or 0 if you're still skeptical. Either way, your voice matters. Now, let's dive into the best vegetables for staying active and independent as we age. Let's continue with the next part. After years of guiding older adults towards smarter health decisions, I've learned that sometimes the most powerful solutions are the ones we overlook every day. One perfect example: the humble carrot. You might think of carrots as just a crunchy snack or something tossed in a stew, but for those of us over 60, they're a quiet cornerstone of better aging. Their vibrant color isn't just for show. It signals a high concentration of beta-carotene, a precursor to vitamin A. This is crucial not just for your eyesight, but also for preserving your confidence, coordination, and overall independence. Vision loss is one of the leading causes of diminished quality of life among older adults. Studies, including those published by the National Eye Institute, have shown that diets high in beta-carotene can slow age-related macular degeneration. But let's go beyond statistics. Think about what strong vision really gives you: the ability to read medication labels, recognize faces, walk down unfamiliar paths without fear, and avoid falls that could change your life in seconds. But carrots don't stop at the eyes. Their antioxidants, particularly lutein and polyacetylenes, support blood vessels and nerve function, especially in the legs. That's important. As we age, communication between the brain and muscles becomes less efficient. Carrots help keep those lines open. This means better reaction times, stronger balance, and a lower risk of missteps or injury. When your nervous system and your muscular system are aligned, you don't just move. You move with purpose and security. That's the kind of subtle, but essential health connection we want to protect. If you're cooking carrots, try gently steaming them to unlock more bioavailable nutrients. Pair them with a healthy fat like olive oil or avocado to boost absorption of those fat-soluble vitamins. It's a small shift that pays off. Now, let's move forward to another underappreciated ally on your plate. Broccoli. It may not win any popularity contests, but when it comes to supporting leg strength, stability, and cognitive clarity after 60, broccoli holds more power than most people realize, and we'll break that down, scientifically and practically, next. Let's continue with the next part. After understanding how carrots help align vision, coordination, and movement, it's time to highlight another green ally that often goes unnoticed: broccoli. At first glance, broccoli may seem bland or boring, but beneath its florets lies a wealth of protective power, especially for adults over 60. This cruciferous vegetable acts like a silent guardian for your entire body, supporting brain clarity, blood flow, and joint flexibility. It's not hype, it's biochemistry. What makes broccoli so remarkable is a naturally occurring compound called sulforaphane. Sulforaphane works at a cellular level to reduce inflammation, something that quietly sabotages aging bodies. Chronic inflammation doesn't always feel dramatic, but over time it wears down your arteries, bones, and memory. Studies from Johns Hopkins and international journals confirm that sulforaphane helps activate your body's detoxification systems and strengthens cellular defense against stressors. That's prevention working from the inside out. Beyond sulforaphane, broccoli also delivers a trio of essential nutrients: vitamin K, calcium, and antioxidants. This combination supports bone density and keeps your arteries elastic. Why does that matter? Because flexible arteries mean better blood flow, especially to your legs and feet. And when blood flows freely, movement becomes smoother, more stable, and less painful. This is especially helpful if you're managing diabetes or hypertension. Good circulation reduces the risk of cramps, numbness, and that heavy leg sensation at the end of the day. What's more, research suggests that diets rich in cruciferous vegetables like broccoli may even protect cognitive function, helping you stay sharp and focused. Now, here's something many people get wrong: preparation. Overcooking broccoli, especially boiling it, destroys most of its sulforaphane and antioxidants. Instead, light steaming for 3 to 4 minutes keeps nutrients intact while making it easier to digest. Want to take it further? Pair steamed broccoli with a drizzle of olive oil or a sprinkle of lemon juice to enhance absorption and taste. Every time you steam broccoli, you're doing more than making a meal. You're reinforcing your health, one intentional step at a time. 1 cup might not seem like much, but it's a choice for strength, circulation, and clarity. And if you're still with us, drop a 1 in the comments so we know you're ready, because next we'll reveal a green that helps protect your memory, your muscles, and your heart, all in one. Let's continue with the next part. After unlocking the protective power of broccoli, we now turn to another green that deserves serious attention: spinach. This isn't just another leafy side dish, it's a quiet force of renewal, especially for anyone over 60 who wants to stay clear-headed, steady on their feet, and actively engaged with life. Spinach may seem simple, but it operates like a biological engine inside your body. One of its most powerful features? Natural nitrates. These compounds help dilate your blood vessels and increase oxygen-rich blood flow to your muscles and brain. That matters more than you might think. With each passing decade, circulation weakens, your reaction time slows, and your thinking may feel a bit foggier. But regular intake of spinach can help reverse that trend. Research from institutions like the University of Exeter shows that nitrate-rich vegetables like spinach improve muscle efficiency and cognitive sharpness in aging adults. You're not just fueling your body, you're actively supporting your ability to move and think with precision. The benefits extend beyond movement. Spinach is rich in lutein and folate, 2 nutrients deeply tied to cognitive performance. Studies have shown that people who consume lutein-rich diets tend to maintain stronger memory recall and mental processing speed. Lutein accumulates in brain tissue, where it acts as a shield against cognitive decline. And the connection between your eyes and your mind is no coincidence. Visual clarity isn't just about how you see. It shapes how confidently you interact with the world. Spinach contains both lutein and zeaxanthin, which help protect the macula, the central part of your retina responsible for detailed vision. Protecting your macula means preserving your ability to read, drive, navigate crowds, and recognize faces. Just as important as what you eat is how you prepare it. High heat can destroy spinach's most delicate nutrients. Lightly sautéing it with olive oil boosts nutrient absorption and makes it easier to digest. Or toss it raw into a smoothie to keep everything intact. A small adjustment with a big return. So, while spinach might not look dramatic on your plate, it plays a dramatic role in your life, fueling clarity, mobility, and visual strength all at once. It's a small act of prevention that compounds over time. But not all vegetables offer this kind of support. In fact, some may work silently against your goals. Coming up next, I'll show you the vegetables that, despite their reputation, might be quietly holding you back. Let's continue with the next part. While spinach stands as a champion of circulation and clarity, not every vegetable plays on the same team. Some, despite being familiar or comforting, may actually be working against your body, especially after age 60. Let's take a closer look at white potatoes. Whether mashed at holiday dinners, crisped beside burgers, or roasted for Sunday lunch, they've earned a place in many households, and rightfully so. They're warm, nostalgic, and tied to some of our fondest family memories. But here's the hard truth, that comfort can come at a cost to your long-term strength, circulation, and balance. White potatoes break down rapidly into simple sugars. This causes sharp spikes in blood glucose levels, even when the portion seems small. Those blood sugar surges might go unnoticed in the moment, but over time, they silently promote systemic inflammation. And that's where the problem begins. Because inflammation weakens blood vessels, stiffens arteries, and slows down the delivery of oxygen to your legs, brain, and heart. For older adults, the consequences are magnified. Circulation is already more fragile, and repeated inflammation makes it worse. You might notice heavier legs, slower healing from scrapes, cold feet, or even cramping when climbing stairs. White potatoes rank high on the glycemic index, meaning they digest quickly and contribute to arterial hardening, a condition called arteriosclerosis. That's the kind of subtle damage that makes balance harder, weakens your gait, and leaves you vulnerable to falls. And it's not just the potato, it's how we typically prepare it. Mashed potatoes loaded with butter or sour cream, fries cooked in processed oil, or baked potatoes with heaps of salt or cheese, they all add salt, saturated fats, and extra calories that further burden the heart and disrupt blood pressure and glucose control. For seniors on medication, that's a dangerous mix. Instead of cutting out comfort, consider upgrading it. Swap white potatoes for vibrant sweet potatoes or roasted carrots. These deeply colored root vegetables are rich in antioxidants like beta-carotene, which fight oxidative stress, support vision, and help regulate immune and brain function. This isn't about giving up, it's about making empowered swaps. You can still enjoy warm, hearty meals without triggering inflammation or risking mobility. Every plate you serve is a chance to support your future strength, stability, and independence. Now, let's move forward, because coming up next we'll reveal another healthy-looking vegetable that may actually disrupt digestion, interfere with medications, and quietly erode your body's balance. Let's continue with the next part. We've talked about how familiar foods like white potatoes can quietly challenge your balance and circulation. But there are two other vegetables, often praised for being fresh and fiber-rich, that may actually be working against your strength and mobility, especially after age 60. Let's start with eggplant. At first glance, it seems like a smart choice. Low in calories, high in fiber, and visually striking with its deep purple skin. But beneath that healthy image lies a hidden concern, one that becomes more relevant with age. Eggplant belongs to the nightshade family, which naturally produces a chemical called solanine. For the plant, solanine acts as protection. But once inside the human body, especially one more prone to inflammation, it may aggravate joints, irritate nerves, and contribute to stiffness in your legs and lower back. If you wake up with tight knees or your hands take longer to loosen, solanine might be part of the reason. For those dealing with arthritis, neuropathy, or lingering leg pain, eggplant can make things worse. Not instantly, but subtly, meal after meal. You may not even realize it's happening, but the impact builds over time. Reduced blood flow, more swelling, longer recovery from everyday activity, and that affects more than just your body. When your legs no longer move freely, you lose confidence in your surroundings. Climbing stairs becomes a decision. Crossing a room feels like a risk. You start hesitating, pulling back from the life you used to step into with ease. And that retreat doesn't just shrink your mobility, it can shrink your world. Eggplant, regardless of how it's cooked, roasted, sautéed, or baked, still carries solanine. Your body doesn't adapt to it. In fact, the more sensitive your joints and nerves become, the less tolerance you have for these low-grade triggers. But eggplant isn't the only nightshade-raising concern. Let's continue with the next part. After exposing the hidden risks behind eggplant, it's time to take a closer look at another vegetable that might seem innocent, but could be quietly interfering with your body's balance. Green bell peppers. There, everywhere, tossed into salads, added to stir-fries, and featured in countless healthy meal plans. To the eye, they look clean, fresh, and colorful. But beneath that crunch lies a concern that becomes more relevant after age 60. The issue with green bell peppers isn't just what they do, it's that they do it subtly, often without any warning signs. Green peppers belong to the nightshade family, just like eggplant. And, like their relatives, they contain natural compounds that can trigger low-grade inflammation, particularly in older adults with joint sensitivity, gut discomfort, or cardiovascular concerns. One of the main culprits? Lectins, plant proteins, known to bind to the gut lining and interfere with digestion and nutrient absorption. Cooking can reduce lectin content, yes, but not eliminate it entirely. And for someone already dealing with arthritis or irritable digestion, even small residual amounts may contribute to inflammation over time. What's more, green bell peppers are harvested before ripening. This gives them their crisp texture, but also means they're lower in antioxidants compared to their fully ripened counterparts, like red, yellow, or orange bell peppers. So what does that mean for you? You're getting fewer protective nutrients, while still exposing your body to compounds that may cause harm. That's a poor trade-off, especially at a stage in life when every nutrient counts and your recovery time is slower. Some might ask, "But I've always eaten green peppers. Why stop now?" The answer isn't fear, it's awareness. As your body changes, your food choices need to evolve, too. What worked at 30 may not serve you at 70. Green bell peppers might not trigger immediate discomfort, but over months and years, they can contribute to inflammation that weakens your mobility, dulls nerve signaling, and makes daily movement more taxing. That's why removing them from your regular rotation isn't extreme. It's smart. There are better choices. Vegetables that energize, nourish, and support healing. Sometimes the strongest health decision isn't about adding more, but knowing what to let go of. Let's bring everything together. As we've explored today, not all vegetables serve your body equally, especially after 60. While green bell peppers may look crisp and colorful, their hidden lectins and low antioxidant content make them less ideal for those managing inflammation, joint sensitivity, or sluggish digestion. Just like with eggplant or white potatoes, the harm isn't loud. It's quiet, slow, and cumulative. But here's the good news. You're not powerless. You're informed, and that changes everything. By making small, conscious adjustments to your meals, you reclaim control over how you age, one bite at a time. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet. Start by replacing a few troublemakers with nutrient-rich, anti-inflammatory alternatives like sweet potatoes, leafy greens, or ripe bell peppers. Each swap builds strength, stability, and confidence. Because the truth is, food is more than fuel. It's a daily act of self-respect. And in this stage of life, every choice carries weight, not just physically but emotionally. When you eat in ways that support your body, you also nourish your mindset, your independence, and your joy. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed certain vegetables affecting how you feel? What changes have made a difference in your mobility or energy? Drop your experience in the comments. It might help someone else who's on the same journey. If you found this helpful, give the video a like. And if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe and tap the notification bell. Not because you have to, but because staying connected to information like this keeps your progress moving forward. You've made it this far, and that says something. You care about your future, about your health, and we're right here with you every step of the way.